Well, run us through the activity we're seeing on the currency markets at the moment. We've got the Naira still hovering around about that 152 mark.
Hi, Alishia. Thanks for having me. Well, like you said, Naira has actually seen some losing some values against the greenback for the past 3 trading sessions. We've actually seen Naira losing some various gains that it made intraday. Unsighted demands have been filtering into the market that has not been done via the central bank window, so we tend to see such spikes in the rate. Coupled with the fact that we've got a bit of illiquidity, all majors oil inflows are not at the levels that we've seen them previously. We've not seen so much of the oil inflows coming to the market in recent times, so I think those are the factors that are actually pushing up the rates at those levels. Important and interesting to notice that on the central bank window, we've actually seen some form of appreciation. Not actually some form, actually some appreciation has happened in the weekly auction. We've seen some gains on that window, and while on the interbank side, we've seen a reversal on the currency fund. So we tend to see wait and see and see how much liquidity comes into the market. I really think that any bit of liquidity of a substantial value would actually push the interbank rate close to where the central bank mark is.
Well, talking about the central bank, we've had the Central Bank of Nigeria making some noise at the African Development Bank 45th annual meeting in the Ivory Coast. At the moment, we've seen reports emerge that the CBN may reduce its euro holdings in the nation's foreign reserves as a cushion against the euro's depreciation that we've seen, and this to a large extent being seen as a pretty bold move to preserve the value of the country's reserves and kind of eliminate losses. What's your view and what's market reaction been to that news?
Basically, the central bank governor in his last interview actually clarified some certain point. Really, if you look at, I think they would make a well-informed decision to considering the fact that the reserve diversification plan that they have actually spans over a period of time. It's not a knee-jerk reaction like he actually said. We think at the current levels, even if you want to push what the loss the euro has made over the past month against what the effect would be on the reserve is actually about 1% of what the reserve value would be. I do not think such a value would push so much shivers into the market right now to begin to cause any form of panic. But like it's been said by the central bank governor, reserve management is something that is left for the investment council to decide on, and we will obviously be watching whatever decisions that they come out with. Alishia.
Of course, he has highlighted that that committee will be deciding just how much lower they anticipate those euro holdings going, where the CBN currently holds 15% of its foreign currency reserves in euros and almost 80% in dollars. In the meantime, rumor has it that we've got the central bank also considering setting up a minimum of reserves it holds at the equivalent of 12 months of import requirements, compared with the 6 months that it currently is required to do to cushion the economy if there's any further crisis moving forward. Is that a realistic target in your view?
Well, in my view, I think we've actually had the CBN actually being quite responsive to the market and to the market forces. I think that's a proactive measure to be taken, so as to ensure that at any point in time there's a form of stability that can be made in the market, so that at least reduce volatility, which of course would cause a lot of distortion. So I think their plans, if any, if can be substantiated, might actually turn into to the right direction. We've seen now, generally, we've seen our reserve actually able to finance 17 months of imports, which is way higher than the international benchmark of about 6 or 7 months of import. So at such a comfortable level, if they decide to push it to say at any point in time we want to do 12 months of imports cover, I think the market will closely watch those moves, will closely watch the reserve and actually react accordingly. Alishia.